Hello and welcome back to Covered True Crime. In today's video, we're diving into one of the most shocking and heartbreaking cases to surface out of Los Angeles this year. The tragic story of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. On April 5th, 2024, Celeste was reported missing from Lake Elsinore, California by her mother. Her family and friends close to Celeste say she had grown up in a troubled home environment and had a history of running away. In fact, this wasn't the first time she had been reported missing. April 5th marked the third official report of Celeste disappearing. Sadly, this time, she would never return. Months later, on September 8th, 2024, employees at a Hollywood tow yard noticed a foul smell coming from a black Tesla that had been impounded. The vehicle had been sitting abandoned in a nearby neighborhood after being reported by residents. When police opened the trunk, or in this case, the front compartment of the Tesla, also known as the frunk, they made a horrifying discovery. Inside were the severely decomposed remains of a young teenage girl. The LAPD later confirmed the identity. The remains belonged to 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. According to the medical examiner's report, the cause of death has been considered deferred pending until further investigation and toxicology report. Celeste had been wearing a tube top, black leggings, a yellow metal chain, a bracelet, and stud earrings. At the time of her death, she weighed just 71 pounds, and investigators noted that her body was not intact. The abandoned Tesla was traced back to David Anthony Burke, better known by his stage name D4VD, a rising singer and performer. What stood out to investigators and the public alike was that the Tesla had never been reported stolen. Singer and songwriter David Anthony Burke was born in Queens, New York, and was raised in Houston, Texas. Growing up, David was homeschooled, spending most of his days at home balancing schoolwork while playing the video game Fortnite. His first taste of online fame came through Fortnite content creation, but there was one big problem. David used copyrighted music in his videos, which led to his pages being demonetized and his social media career cut short. That setback could have ended his creative journey, but instead it opened a new door. On the advice of his mother, David began making his own original music, and that decision changed everything.
Developing news. So the body found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to popular music artist David is that of a teenage girl missing since April of last year.
Now, although police have been tight-lipped about the ongoing investigation, the internet quickly connected dots that painted a deeply unsettling picture. Soon after Celeste's identity was confirmed, photos and videos began surfacing online. Many showed what happened to be Celeste with David, although in some of these images, her face was partially covered. The resemblance, however, was undeniable. Digging deeper, online investigators claimed that David and Celeste had known each other since 2021, back when David was just beginning his career as a gamer and content creator on Discord. At that time, Celeste would have been around 11 or 12 years old, while David was reportedly 17. There were also claims of Discord chat logs referencing a girl named Celeste. The age gap and the timeline immediately raised alarms. Was Celeste groomed? Was there a relationship that stretched back to when she was still a child? Internet users quickly also pointed out several chilling coincidences. Both Celeste and David had the same finger tattoo. Both were avid fans of Hello Kitty merchandise. And in 2023, David released a demo track titled Celeste. And perhaps the most shocking claim came from Celeste's own mother, who told TMZ that her daughter had been dating a boy named David. Now, following the investigation, though David had not been officially named a suspect or person of interest, the fallout has been swift. His tours were canceled, major sponsorships pulled out, police raided a Hollywood mansion rented by his manager, Josh Marshall, seizing electronics and other evidence. Witnesses have reported seeing David clearing belongings from the property this past week, attempting to stay low. Despite all of this, authorities have been cautious, not naming him as a suspect nor making an arrest. For about 2 weeks, speculation swirled about whether Celeste and David had ever been romantically involved, though it wasn't confirmed. While police have remained silent, new statements from David's close friends has just confirmed what many feared. Celeste and David were in a relationship. According to those friends, Celeste did not present herself as a minor. Instead, she allegedly posed as a 19-year-old USC college student. They claim she often carried fake IDs and used them to gain access to clubs and after-party venues where the minimum age is 18 or 21. Because of this, David's friends say they never thought to question her age or the nature of their relationship. To them, she appeared to be just another young woman who in David's social circle. And another detail now confirmed, the photos circulating online showing David with a young woman previously debated for 2 weeks are indeed Celeste Rivas Hernandez. These images, many of which surface on social media, have become crucial in piecing together the timeline of their relationship. They show Celeste and David side by side at gatherings, parties, and casual hangouts. What's disturbing is that while she appeared older to those around her, Celeste was in reality just 13 to 14 years old at the time these photos were taken. This revelation complicates an already disturbing case. On one hand, Celeste's use of fake IDs and her appearance at adult-only venues may explain how their relationship went unquestioned by peers. On the other hand, the fact remains, she was still a child. No matter how she presented herself, Celeste was legally a minor, and this raises serious concerns about how she ended up in such environments and how adults in her orbit failed to protect her. The last known footage of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, captured prior to her disappearance in 2024, has now been uncovered. In this 78-second clip of Hernandez from a California liquor store, Del Lago Spirits, the footage, dated March 19, 2024, begins around 7 a.m. and shows what appears to be the teen in a black hoodie and white pants jogging down a street. A separate angle shows her alternating between a walk and a run before she disappears from the frame. According to TMZ, the owner of the store, Eli Nadaf, claimed that Hernandez's sister came there the same day and requested to review surveillance footage to see if she had run away. Per the outlet, Nadaf claimed that he gave the footage to her family in hopes that it would assist them in locating where she went, and that this was her second time running away from home. In the wake of the discovery of Hernandez's remains, David's previous actions continue to be analyzed because of their chilling coincidences. Months before the discovery, David released a video for One More Dance that featured him dragging a bloodied body before stuffing it into a car. In his song Romantic Homicide, the singer also suggested he had a murderous alter ego. But unfortunately, it doesn't stop there. David has been getting attention for some really strange and disturbing content. On social media, he once reposted a clip of a man chopping lunch meat with the caption basically saying, quote, "Me if my girlfriend talks to another guy," end quote. A lot of people found that violent and unsettling. At his concerts, he even staged full funerals, complete with a casket, flowers, and him coming out of the coffin to perform. Now, with the tragic case of Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body in the front truck of his Tesla, these dark themes are being looked at in a whole new light. Some people see it as just shock art and performance, but others are asking if there's something much darker behind it. There are so many unanswered questions. So far, investigators are staying cautious. Many have questioned why David hasn't yet been arrested, despite the mounting circumstantial evidence. But authorities appear determined to build a case that leaves no room for doubt. A case strong enough to hold whoever is responsible fully accountable. Because at heart of this story is a young girl, Celeste, just 15 years old, a daughter, a sister, a child who deserves safety, love, and a future. Her life was cut tragically short, and now the fight for justice continues. This case is still developing. As new details emerge, I'll continue to follow the story closely. Celeste deserves to have her voice be heard and for the truth to come to light.